Good morning once again, the good people of Sierra Leone. I am Emmanuel Ali, the Secretary General for SLPP in North America. We are going to continue our reflection on the activities of the APC government over the weekend in Makeni and try to explain to the people of Sierra Leone the implications of the actions of Ernest Bai Koroma as he individually handpicked a man who we believe was or have been at the center of all of Sierra Leone's economic contractions and decline, and we are determined to expose him as perhaps the worst possible candidate for the presidency of a nation of 7 million people. But I believe that perhaps one of the most underreported aspects of the activities of Koroma in Makeni this weekend was his audacity to dare the people of Sierra Leone to question his narcissistic tendencies of being the supreme leader and a man who is obsessed with power. I cannot for the life of me imagine where one man in the midst of 7 million people would assume that he has all the wisdom in knowing who should rule and govern a nation. Notwithstanding that, we live in the 21st century where pretty much the world over have come to agree that democratic principles and liberal progressive policies of people governing themselves is perhaps the best way for governments to arrange their constitutional matters. But you have an APC government with a constitution that gives the power to one man to select not just the flag, but the running mate. Now, this takes us to 1985 with Sheikh Stevens, at this time, at the age of 82, pretty much unable to govern, deciding to violate the Constitution and manipulated a constitutional amendment that removed the provision that gave the vice president at the time, S.I. Koroma, a 90-day period to rule, after which there will be elections, but decided to give the power over to Joseph Saidu Momoh, who eventually would turn out to be incompetent and gave Sierra Leone conflict for 10 years because of his lack of idea on governing a government. But this is what we have seen in the APC, and I hope the people of Sierra Leone, generations that are just coming up, who are not familiar with what the APC has done to Sierra Leone, who are not familiar with the history of the APC in destroying Sierra Leone, who are not familiar with the APC with the history of corruption in Sierra Leone, would understand that once again, this ugly, corrupt political party in the APC has come to bear its fruits that it definitely had been known for. And so today, as we look at their flag bearer in the person of Samora Kamara, who has been at the center of all the economic devastation and decline, and the people of Sierra Leone becoming poor and life becoming more difficult, the decline of institutions, the decline of public sectors, no health care, no education, and people's civil rights being taken away. We see a country that is completely going in the wrong direction, and we hope that our flag bearer in the person of retired General Mada Bio would be that shining ray of light that would eventually bring Sierra Leone out of this dark dungeon of depression and economic suppression. And we hope going forward, we as a nation can begin to understand that we deserve better, much more better than the APC and Samora Kamara. God's peace, God's cheers. I'm Emmanuel Ali again, Secretary General for SLPP in North America.